So this video is going to be for the FBI, the CIA, the police, the government. All these videos are technically for you guys. You're more than likely aware of this shit, even though nobody says anything about it. I'm assuming that's because it's probably somewhat easy to render things like RNM or V2K, and you don't want the general population to understand or know that these things exist or these are happening to people. I'm asking that you stop. The people who are involved in this, they directly, I know they can hear me right now. I know they're aware that this is happening to me because they're doing it to me. They're doing this to others. A lot of people have died from this. Like, we'll never know how many people have died from this. It'll probably never be known. But I'm currently being attacked. Me and realistically millions of people are being attacked by these technologies in some way, shape, or form. And way more than that are affected by these things. And way more than that have been attacked with these things. So ideally, I'm going to try to break down what's going on in my scenario so you're aware. Somebody drugged me. They put this shit on me. I was able to hear it at first. They ushered me in slowly. It would seem like I would hear sound I wouldn't be able to hear from certain parts of the house that I lived in at the time. And then eventually one day I woke up. Within I think 2 days I woke up, and on my way to the car I was able to hear the voices of the people doing this to me. They have motive, and they did other things to verify that this is them. They have since done other things to verify that it's still them doing this. It's been a couple years at this point. What they want me to do is they want me to go somewhere where I can't be seen, where I'm not on camera. They want me to turn my phone off and leave it at home. And then from there, they will attempt to give me instructions. The last time they did this, they wanted me to commit crime. I refused. But this is happening to more than just me. This is happening to several people. They tried to get me to kill myself several times. This is after being tortured for like years. You have to understand that every day I deal with this. It's 24 hours a day. You guys are aware this is happening to countless people, seriously, countless people. And people are dying from it. People who have no idea or involvement in this at all, like people who aren't even the victim, are being killed by people that this is happening to. This is being used to create mass shootings. This is being used to make domestic terrorists. This is a very real threat. This is happening to a lot of people. We're not exactly sure, the community, people that this is happening to, they're not exactly sure about the science behind it. I've been told, which I can't make out the validity of the statement, that there's a GPS microphone in the back of my mouth. You know, something popped in the back of my mouth, and I spit it out, and it had a like some kind of rubber casing on it, and several things have actually detonated off me. But what will happen is they'll torture me sufficiently until I finally am like, okay, I can't fucking do this anymore. And then they'll start giving me instructions. They constantly are giving me instructions. They're telling me I'm going to die, or I'm going to go to prison, or something horrible is going to happen 24 hours a day. And then they torture me through Havana syndrome, just the constant narratives that they run in my head, and physical means via poisoning, drugging, and or they hit me with directed energy weapons that fuck me up. You guys are more than aware that these exist and their capabilities. You guys are more knowledgeable about the subject and have a better understanding of these things. Anyways, so they want me to go on a walk without anything on me. They don't want me to have a device I can record from. If I do have a cell phone and it's on me at this point, more than likely it has been hacked already. Anyways, that way I can't record anything that transpires, or I can't prove what's going on. From there, they want me to figure out to go somewhere without knowing where I am or knowing how I got there. So they just want me to walk aimlessly until I'm not aware of the area I'm in. From that point, they'll give me instructions like they'll attempt to get me to break into cars or do any illegal act just to look crazy. They try to instruct me to look crazy, to start shouting, to walk around like an asshole, to do anything to draw attention to me, and then try to convince me to do more and more dangerous shit. They'll try to convince me by using the voice of my families through remote neural monitoring and V2K. Use voice morphing to do so. they will have a fleet of cars drive by me honking while this is happening, letting me know that a lot of people are aware that I'm being tortured. That this is, that this is happening to me, and people are aware and they are participating in it. They will plant people at certain places. They'll tell me like, "Hey, go to the store right here." They'll plant somebody there who will interact with me. The person will walk up to me and will ask me for something. Um, and then while it's happening, they'll let me know that they're framing me in that moment. They're saying this person's going to ask you for money or a cigarette. You're going to give them money or a cigarette, and we're going to tell people that you're selling drugs or anything, whatever the narrative is. And they continue to do that. They plot it out. They have a course planned. They'll give me directions where to go, if I'm going left, if I'm crossing the street, if I'm going right. They'll tell me to follow people. Anything to just get footage of me looking crazy, I imagine, to use at some point. They'll post online. They do that to other TIs. Literally, at one point, I interacted with a gangs doctor by the name of, I think his name was Corwin. He was talking to me. They told me to talk to him. They told me to use his charger. They told me to, he taught me how to pray, like a Muslim. I got down on my knees and he showed me, he got down on his knees. We both faced east or whatever. And then they told me to take his bike, and then he offered me his bike. It was very weird. But they do these things over and over again. They'll tell me to throw things away so they could retrieve them later, and then they ended up using that to try to frame me. They stole a duffel bag from me. They planted it at a place I frequent, and they filled it with drugs. Luckily, the people there found it, and although it tarnished my name, they got rid of it. They'll drug things in my fridge. They'll drug a can of soda. You'll have no idea it's drugged. It'll still crack and pop like a normal can of soda would, and there'll be something in it that'll fuck me up. All of it's designed to make me look crazy, and it's like a public humiliation ritual. I imagine the people who are participating, the gang stalkers, are varying degrees of victims of this. They might have been targeted before me, and they're just doing what they're being told in order to try to lessen their torture. Anyways, the last time this happened to me, this humiliation ritual, this walk thing, was about 9 months ago. At which point I saw the people who were responsible for doing this to me. Another thing they'll do is they'll try to get me. They'll tell me to look at the ground and close my eyes, and then they'll tell me a car's gonna pull up and get in the car without looking at anybody in the car or seeing anybody in the car. And if I were to look up to notify anything, the driver would pull off right away. But I could hear the car engine pulling up and then idling right next to me. So I was aware they kept trying to get me to get into a car. Ride in the car without looking at anybody, just all kinds of shit. Crazy shit. Well thought out, well planned out shit that they've done to other people. The Chief Handler YouTube account had a picture of somebody who had their eyes closed and was looking away in a car. All these people end up going to prison. All these people are innocent, but they're being tortured into committing crime. They're being tortured into committing shootings. They're being tortured into all kinds of shit. Seriously, all kinds of shit. I know every time in the media when there's a shooter, they say it's a mental health crisis and that they hear voices. It's not. They're literally being attacked with these weapons that nobody believes exist. But if you look into it, you'll realize that there's circles that are quote unquote conspiracy theorists that believe this exists. And then if you contact your higher ups, if you work in government, you contact your higher ups and ask them. And then I imagine if you approach like Lockheed Martin or, weapons manufacturers and you ask them about it, they'll tell you exactly what they're using. You need to understand that this is like it's a new form of crime. It's a new form of terrorism, really, is what it is. It's a way to have people on hold to do some kind of terrorist act, like just a normal American citizen can randomly be selected for this, start getting targeted, and then you could use this individual to do some mass shooting or some crazy event, or at the very least it's used to torture people into going to prison or killing themselves or killing other people. Robert Osgood was targeted by the same people who targeted me. They were on the Chief Handler page. That's how I found out what targeting was. Like, I was a normal person before this happened to me, man. Anyways, I'm putting this information out there because this is happening to multiple people, and I've survived this long and experienced enough things. Even though my name has been tarnished, I've almost died countless times. I've experienced all forms of torture that, frankly, I had no idea existed, and most people don't know exist. Currently, still being tortured with remote neural monitoring. I'm putting this out there, even though I know you guys will probably, most people will shrug me off, say I'm insane. They will downplay this. They will act like this isn't happening. It's going to continue to happen, and more people are going to die. And if you talk about it, it just gets worse. Like, they suppress people who they're torturing. They suppress them because once they speak out about it or try to put information out about it, they get tortured worse, and worse things happen. Currently, they want me to go to prison, or they want me to die. They're going to torture me until I do whatever they say. Like, literally whatever they say, they're going to try to get me to do. The prerequisites are like I said earlier, they're going to want me to have no way to defend myself in a situation. So they don't want me to have a cell phone to be able to capture any of the events I experience, or to be able to track where I'm going, or so that way it'd be easier to slander me or do something. Say I leave my cell phone here, I go out there, and imagine that there's literally a group of 30 or more people in my vicinity that are going to commit crimes and then leave evidence by leaving things that belong to me, that they have broken into my house and stolen over the course of wherever I've lived for the last 5 years in these areas, to link whatever crime they committed, whether it was a petty broke a window in somebody's car, or stole a bunch of shit from a pawn shop, to link the crime to me so I go to prison. They want me to believe that, the police are aware this is happening to me, that people are watching me. They use psychological torture as a means to brainwash people into believing shit so they respond to it. Okay, like, this isn't like a gang of people that sell drugs kind of problem, or like I don't know, like a bank robber type problem. This is like a terrorist threat. This is like an organization of people who literally torture people to death and manipulate people into killing other people. I'm sure if you work for the FBI or the CIA, you're probably aware that crime has evolved and things like this exist to some capacity. Maybe you're not aware of to the extent that the people experiencing it are. This isn't a new thing. It's been happening forever. I just think we're at a point now where people realize how advanced technology is. So there's some kind of hope that this could be stopped. Anyways, I'm going to put this out there in hopes that somebody sees it and somebody will try to contact me, ask me my information, or somebody will, do something to help the community of people that are being tortured this way, and or that other people who are being tortured this way become aware of the tactics they're using. The thing is, it doesn't matter. Your awareness or knowledge of what they're doing doesn't matter. It doesn't help you. It might help you in the short term, but eventually they're going to torture you to such a degree that you'll take any out you can get, which is almost inevitably suicide. It'll be pawned off as a mental health problem, and nobody will know what the fuck happened to you. If you see this video, please share. Please share, and thank you.